Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mothers would practically build themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Murph. Welcome to the Kit Hoarder's Stash. Now today I have another charger, but this one's a little bit different. So this is one that I got off of eBay, and the reason for doing this particular show is that sometimes you will find a deal, and I'm a deal hunter. So I'm not the guy who will go out and buy a kit off of line or at the hobby store and pay full price. It's just not something I've ever done. I know a lot of people do, but that would not be me. I've been accused of inventing copper wire by pinching a penny. So I found this charger, this Dom's, and I don't have the box because it didn't come in a box. This came in a bag. Dominic's 1970 Dodge Charger. I found it on eBay for a real inexpensive price. Of course, had to pay shipping. You know, shipping costs have gone up, but hey, it was still not too bad of a deal. It was missing the box. It was missing the tires and wheels, which is fine. I've got a ton of them, so for a guy like me, that's not a deal breaker. And it was missing the engine. And I know for a lot of people that would be a deal breaker. But remember not long ago, I reviewed the 1968 Charger RT, and what does it have? Two engines. It has the 440 and a Hemi. This is going to be no problem. So for me, I picked up this nice charger for an inexpensive price, missing some things that I really don't need anyway. So let's take a look, though, at what the kit does have. That I can review for you and hopefully help you understand this thing better. So it's got a little history here, the Fast and Furious Charger, blah, blah, blah. Got your color call outs, your part call outs, typical Revell. Instructions, you know, for the first 3 pages, but then you finally get into the engine. Okay, building this Hemi. And it's got a stick. It's got a 4-speed behind it. The blower assembly, which is very unique. I haven't seen this before on the Revel kits, but that's really nice. These headers that come with the Charger kit, and then putting the pulley system on, and the belt, the pulley for the blower, and that's kind of a unique thing for this kit. I really like that, because a lot of times you'll get these Hemis that just have the blower pulley, and you're like, well, okay, how do they cool it? How do they steer it? You know, how to alternator, all that stuff. No, this is actually as you'd run it on the street, which is great. Nice bucket seats. You've got no back seat. This is a back seat delete kit. Doesn't even have one in it. It does have the brace though, and your stick shift, your instrument cluster, and your interior, putting that together, chassis, you know, putting all of those things together, your suspension, all goes together pretty easily. It's a little bit different than the 68 kit on the front suspension, particularly the disc brakes. Putting the tires and wheels on, and then some of the details, the rear taillight panel, and finally your markings. So that's the instructions that came with it. The body is the 70 body that has been out before. It's got the marker lights in it, the little pentastar in it, so very well molded. There's no flash. You've got the interior piece. I don't want to take all this out because we've looked at it before on the other chargers. You know, the interior piece and your bottom piece. So yeah, your chassis. Again, just basically that 70 kit that I reviewed a few years back with a couple of real cool upgrades, like, so this has that roll bar in it. You've got the extended shackle areas, the blocks for the suspension. But here, you've got the 70 with the cutout, which I really like that cutout. So, and some extended shock absorbers. So that's really a good decal sheet. You can see you've got your turn signals, marker lights, and your dashboard instrument cluster. The chrome piece here, you've got the correct front grille, which looks great. Separate wipers and handles, mirror. Yeah, this is, you know, your typical Revell, just very, very awesome kit. Dashboard and your drum brakes, your disc brakes.
Okay, so here is the seat backs, the steering wheel, the steering column, and the pedals. And just so you know, it does have the correct 70 bucket seats. So you had bench seats or buckets in 70, and these are the correct pattern for the 70 bucket seats, which is really, really cool as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, that's pretty much the recap of the kit. Taillights are in here somewhere, which are pretty much just the 69 taillights, and then the clear parts as well. So okay, so I don't want any hate mail for this, but I took this picture, as you can see, in 2010, July of 2010, up in Eugene, Oregon. And I was absolutely shocked and appalled, as everyone else was, because I did own a 69 69 Charger at one point in my life. And look at this, somebody has put it on a four-wheel drive chassis. And I got thinking, that's the one thing I haven't done with all these Chargers that I've had. So, what more appropriate than making a 4x4 Charger, huh? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the seats, the interior, and I'm going to use this earth red, this US earth red that I have, and I'm going to paint all of that a nice, there's kind of that brownish color that Chrysler had in the Chargers. In fact, I think the General Lee, most of the General Lees had this kind of a brown interior. So I need to use up the flag that I had for Patton, the 45-star flag, and the General Patton from that country Charger that I got last year. So here we go. We're going to put a little bit of clear coat on this. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I took some just Tamiya olive drab and sprayed the whole body with that. You know, goes on nice and easy. Did that over my 2X primer, my gray 2X primer that I use. And you can see it went on nice and smooth, looks great. I did put some Future on, and then I put the flag on and the Patton on, and then here I've used a dull coat to dull it back out again. Now, I ran out of time to get the complete build done before I had to release this. So here's the mock-up. I've got the interior taped together. I've got this chassis off of that Revell 1/24 scale 78 GMC Big Game Edition 4x4. I reviewed that last year, and it's a great, as you can see. We're going to wind up putting a Hemi in this and a blower, and we'll bring you up to date when we get this finished here in a few weeks. Thanks for joining us.